Hello from Bad Audiobooks, a parody brought to you by our manly meat hand patrons of Patreon. I'm your host, Nick Mazmanian, along with my co-host.
Ken Heidelman. Thank you so much for listening to our show about good books read badly. So, Nick, I have shelves. You've got them too. What's coming on them and off them?
Dust, mostly, but when it's not dust, it's Wuthering Heights, which was covered in dust. But the point is, we're reading it now.
Woohoo!
Woo!
I'm actually enjoying this one a fair amount, which is surprising. That's not our
I'm
usual. I usually enjoy it after the fact, but I'm actually enjoying it in the fact.
I'm enjoying reading aloud with a friend with this book because reading it by yourself, it is a tough read by yourself.
Yeah, I could pick that up.
Yeah, I'm enjoying what we're doing here, and I'm enjoying this book so far. It's been actually a lot more fun than I thought it was even going to be, but I
Ooh,
knew it was going to be a good pick simply because Heathcliff is just insane. So
excellent.
yes, so we are on chapter 5, I believe.
Beautiful.
I like to think of it as like a beautiful fall day, like it is outside. Chapter 5.
Chapter V.
Chapter letter. There.
We
I
got
smirk.
this. I don't really
Are
remember much, do you?
off between the chapters?
I don't really remember how the last one ended. That's okay.
The last one
We don't do
was
recaps normally.
no, but the last one was the Lockwood was talking to his maid lady who was like just spinning thread
Oh
about
my god. Yeah, we shared
dishing
narration
and
because it
on like
was
relationships and money and how she
the
basically sucked
Inception
as a human.
chapter. Got it.
Yeah,
Got
the
it.
incest chapter, and you learn that Heathcliff has just kind of become
Incest
a
or
reaction.
Inception? Or both.
Yes. Yeah. It was we needed
Yes.
DiCaprio super hard there to come and like get us out, but it just wasn't happening. So
And Kiss His Sister.
yeah, that too. All right. So chapter 5. In the course of time, Mr. Earnshaw began to fail. He had been Wait, is this just I think this is still you. Your character, the lady. Do you want me to be her for a
Oh
minute?
god! Oh, here we go. I don't really how did I do her voice? Because it was like a boy.
Oh
Uh,
no!
oh yes, well, in the course of time, Mr. Earnshaw began to fail. I thought this was gonna be over at the chapter break, but round 2, baby. Um
I'm permanently a backseat driver in my own story. Continue, Crone.
um
You're the
well,
narrator now.
look at
Dog.
me. Look at me. Uh yes, well, obviously he had been active and healthy, yet his strength left him suddenly. And when he was confined to a chimney corner, he grew grievously irritable.
I live here now by this chimney. I have no want to be anywhere else.
So grievous. A
I'm so angry and grievous and irritable. Can you throw another log on the fire? It's out.
A nothing vexed him. Not nothing. A nothing. That's specific nothing. One of
I am
many
absolutely bothered
nothings.
by nothing except I'm irritable all the time.
The first and the biggest of nothings. It vexed him, and suspected slights of his authority nearly threw him into fits. Don't question me.
How
Who
dare
are
you
you?
ask if I want peanut butter and jelly? We're
I'm the
British. We
leader
don't
of this
do
house.
that.
I lead this house.
I am the captain. I am the captain.
This was especially to be remarked if anyone attempted to impose upon. God, their old speech. Or demeanor over his favorite. He was painfully jealous, lest a word should be spoken amiss to him. Whew! It's seeming to have got into his head the notion that, because he liked Heathcliff, and commas, all the commas in the world of the sentence, all hated and longed to do him an ill turn. Period. It was a
I
master.
entered that sentence. Oh no,
on
guitar!
on my own accord.
I
Those
did
are
it
my
all by myself.
terms. It was a disadvantage to the lad, for the kinder among us did not wish to fret the master, so we humored his partiality, and that humoring was rich nourishment to the child's pride and black tempers.
My God, you humor him and it feeds me. Make him more laugh. Make him more laugh.
I am so happy now as a child, and my temper is as black as coal. Thank you, Father. And others, because fuck you, Father.
Heathcliff is just pure evil now.
Yes, I could feel it inside me. The
Yes,
darkness.
Let it grow.
Yes, I could feel your black temper. Still, it became in a manner necessary twice or thrice. Hindley's manifestation of scorn, force lightning, while his father was near, roused the old man to a fury.
Come and hit and strike him down.
Strike me down with all of your black temper. Your journey to the manifestation will be complete. The manifestation of scorn will be complete. He seized the stick to strike him and shook with rage that he could not do it. I'll never. I am a Herdshaw like my father before me.
Strike. No! Take it and strike me down. Complete your path to the dark side.
So be it, Herdshaw.
So be it.
At last, our curate. We had a curate then who made a living answer by teaching the little Lintons and Herdshaws and farming his bit of land himself. So what is a curate? What is this? What the fuck is this?
I think a curate is somebody who would curate the land. So probably a gardener, I think.
I'd like to phone a friend. I'd like to phone a Google. What is a lowercase c? So I guess teacher would be lowercase t, but that's weird. Whatever. Advised that the young man should be sent to college. Get him out of here! Get this boy loose. He's free.
Jedi Academy and make him into the darkest wizard you will ever find.
We'll remake the academy, and I'll bring my sister's son along, and he'll be a good Jedi too, or Herdshaw too. And Mr. Herdshaw agreed. What, sir? Please go on.
No. I'm just sitting here being angry by the chimney.
No, yes, of course, you're grievous. This, you're not Captain Grievous, no, but you're just a grievous. Though with a heavy spirit.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying?
I was just gonna say it'd be funny if we casted Star Wars in 18th century Bronte, but whatever.
It's perfect. With a heavy spirit, for he said. Do you want to go? Who wants to be curate?
I'll be curate.
The lowercase c, curate.
Hindley was not, and I would never thrive as were he wanted. It's kind of too close to the butler's voice, but whatever.
You will be in my service 20 years from now. I can sense it. You will age horribly.
Your hopes and dreams will manifest into the knots in your shoulders. The weight of the world will pull you closer to it, and you will slowly degrade into nothing.
You will try to farm your hopes and dreams, but all you will manifest, and all you will harvest will be dread. I hoped
heartily. Go back to the fields now.
Yes, please. I hoped heartily we should have peace now. Because we got rid of the fucker and he got out of the house. It's so good now. Just so much peace. Peace is violence, I say.
Everywhere.
It hurt me to think the master should be made uncomfortable by his good deed. Please, master.
I hope he didn't make the best decision for himself.
I hope you don't feel bad about telling people what to do. You poor thing. I fancy the discontent of age and disease aroused from his family disagreements. This poor talk, this arguing is giving me herpes.
What?
What? As he would have had it that it did. Really, sir, it was in his sinking frame. We might have
Not my ship. I love that painting.
I told you, look out! You shouldn't have done the 2 layers. You should have put the finishing layer on. Just put.
I was a fool.
You put too much linseed oil in there. We might have got on tolerably, notwithstanding, but for 2 people. Oh, thank God for them. Miss Kathy and Joseph, a really young, bright fellow, the most articulate man I have ever met.
I just left Oxford. How can I serve this house?
Joseph, I could tell we were going to be the best of friends. You'll be a professor one day, telling everyone the wisest things and teaching us all.
I study linguistics.
You're so articulate, Joseph. I could stay up hours talking to you and not want to kill myself.
Say things clearly and confidently. Now here's my master's thesis on how the English language came to be.
Oh, a linguistics professor. That's what we need on this farm. You'll be of great use to us. Just mark my words. You'll be the greatest of us all. Joseph the servant, you saw him, I dare say, up yonder. He was. Oh, there's more backstory. He was.
Oh Lord.
And he's. Buckle up.
It's Fiddleford.
Uh-oh. He was and is yet most likely the wearisomest self-righteous Pharisee that ever ransacked a Bible to rake the promises to himself and fling the curses to his neighbors. Holy shit.
He's just a dick. He's just a giant dick, is what they're saying.
The biggest piece of shit to ever walk in 2 leather boots you ever seen. By his knack of sermonizing. What? That, Joseph?
I am auditorily fascinating to listen to.
He's well known for his sermons, I'll tell you that. And pious discoursing. He contrived to make a great impression on Mr. Earnshaw. He just really wanted to put in a good resume. You gotta read that cover letter.
My CV is immaculate.
Oh, yeah. I could see how you'd be useful here on this farm. Good stuff. Thank God I kicked my child out. You're gonna fit right in that slot.
You can afford an Oxford-educated butler now, sir. Mm-hmm.
I'm an Oxford man.
Those Rhodes scholars are bullshit.
And the more feeble the master became, the more influence Joseph gained.
Oh Lord, it's now the Lord of the Rings. It's...
Don't trust them. They're here to hurt you. No, sir. Just would you hold the narrator back her walking stick? Please, I've got to have it. He was relentless in worrying him about his soul's concerns and ruling his children rigidly. Thanks, Joseph. You
have to make sure you use starch on them. That's how you get them to be so straight and uniform.
Starch their eyes, I always say.
Yes.
He encouraged him to regard Hidley and reprobate. What is it? Probate. Probate? What is this? A real estate deal?
A reprobate. It's a bad kid.
Oh, okay. So bury him alive night after night. He regularly grumbled out a long string of tales against Heathcliff and Catherine. That's really fucked up. And always minded to flatter Earnshaw's weakness by heaping the heaviest blame on the latter. You gotta have a scapegoat on this farm, I always say.
I make sure all my political enemies are the dirtiest of dirty by the time I'm done talking about them, even if they're 12.
I'm surprised Heathcliff didn't kill him. I just, I gotta say.
He would have gotten away with it.
100%. How many places would there be to bury a body in the Morrows? The Morrows only knows.
The moles.
The moles. Morrows, Moors, whatever.
You gotta say like Fraser Crane. The moles.
Niles. Suddenly she had ways with... No.
Fraser.
Suddenly she had a way...
Should we read?
It's
Go ahead.
it's what is his fucking phrase? I can't look it up. No,
Who,
oh man.
Miles or Fraser?
Fraser always had that one phrase.
I'm listening.
No, yeah, that's a good one. But that I was thinking of it wasn't that I misspoke. Okay, certainly she had always. We'll pretend that it never happened. She weighs with her such as I never saw a child take up before, and she put all of us past our patience 50 times, and oftener in a day. That's the word. I read it correctly. From the hour she came downstairs till the hour she went to bed. I guess we're talking about Catherine. This is no context, I guess.
Yep.
She went to bed.
She was the
We
ladder.
had not. Yeah. Just the ladder that you want to climb up and down. You know what I mean? We had not a minute's security that she would be in mischief. What a douche, I said. Catherine can go fuck herself. Am I right? Can I get a huzzah? Her spirits were always a high watermark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Her tongue always going. Appropriately, singing, laughing, and plaguing what? Everybody who would not do the same. What? What? Yes. She sounds exhausting, to be honest. No wonder we talk shit.
I simply just don't quite understand why no one liked her.
We'll never know. We'll never know why Joseph waged a political campaign inside the house against her. A wild and wicked slip she was, but she had the bonniest eye. Oh man, let me tell you, from one woman to a man, let me tell you how beautiful this woman was. Woo!
Okay, Morty, can you wrap up the story here? I mean,
No, I'm talking. I'm narrating. We'll time travel sometime, other time. You get back to the bottle and the sweetest
Come on, Morty.
smile. Narrator, please, please. And the lightest foot in the parish. And after all, I believe she meant no harm when she stuck that gun in his face. I tell you, it was self-defense. Hold your ground. Stand your ground. You gotta stand your ground. For when once she made you cry in good earnest, which she did all the time, because she manipulated the emotions of everyone around her, it seldom happened that she would not keep you company. She
wouldn't. She just wouldn't do it.
Now that I'm done with you, I'm gonna go. Now that you're crying, these tears, they're really depressing me. I don't know about you. I just can't even look at you.
I'm just simply listening. You know, your tale is being spun with such tapestry that's being made. I can't help but not look away.
You know what? I've been really appreciating how silent you've been. So if you could just stick with that, Lockwood, I would appreciate it.
No, I can do that.
These interruptions, they're they're really throwing off my flow. You know what I mean? Oblige you to be quiet, that you might comfort her. Not you, Lockwood. Just we're inside the story again. You pulled us out. Back up a layer. We're gonna need the inception deeper. And she was much too fond of Heathcliff. Ooh, inappropriate. The two people of a similar age, and are they related? I can't remember. Please tell me they're not, and they're just boyfriend girlfriend. I don't remember.
They are stepbrothers, stepsister. No, not even step. They're just. He's adopted. He's not related.
Oh yeah. I don't know how to call that one, so I'm just gonna move on. The greatest punishment we could invent for her was to keep her separate from him. Yet she got chided more than any of us on his account. What?
Cool. Glad to hear that.
So we're dicks towards her because of him.
And she gets the brunt of it too. Cool. Sounds right.
Yeah, I'm a really good person. I'm a good narrator. You felt bad for me.
Utterly reliable narrator.
You felt bad for me before the story, at the beginning of the story, didn't you? But woohoo, you're regretting it. I can tell. Whoa, you invested in the wrong character, that's for sure. Wow. So, in play, it was totally legal play. The referees reviewed it, and it crossed the boundary of the line. So she liked exceedingly to act the little mistress, using her hands freely. Where is the sentence going? And commanding her companions. So she did so to me, but I would not bear slapping and ordering, and so I let her know. Don't do that. Not cool. Don't hit me. It's physical assault is on my person will not be tolerated unless you pay me. So that's only for the master to do. I tell you. And maybe it's
I just really have to say that your story is just so intriguing, and I found my British voice. Hooray!
huh,
You know
bravo. But you know what I found even better than this?
what?
The commercial break.
You dying,
Woo.
bro?
I'm doing okay, but I could use a
You're doing
breather.
good. You're doing well. You're doing well.
Thanks. Better than last time. I don't know why I'm so good today. I guess it was all that salsa I had before the episode.
There you go. Nothing like putting fire on the larynx to really get you going.
Yeah, it was mild. I'm a wuss.
I
I
am a
can't be.
giant woman.
I am wow. I am a giant, and I do like the mild salsa. This episode is brought to you by mild salsa. Nick, what else is this episode brought to you by?
Is it salsa? Is it somewhat there? It's mild salsa. Mild salsa, found in your nearest corporate-owned grocery store.
They don't sell it at Costco. It bothers me. It's
I
only
imagine
medium.
it's a guy in the sombrero shrugging on the front of the bottle. Like he's like, it exists.
He's like, I guess.
Eh.
Nah. If you want it, if you're pretending to like it, try this.
I think it should be on the, like, if we could write in Spanish, like meh, if there's a meh for Spanish, but I think meh
Matt,
is
what's
meh.
that line called above like the E?
Oh, the accent thing.
Yeah, the accent thing.
It's, well, in German it's umlaut. It's the two dots. I don't know what that's called.
The
Actually,
little
little thing. Yeah. Oh, like
the
meh.
the meh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, okay. So what else is this show brought to you by? We've got some
This
products
show
and
is,
merch.
yeah. This show is also brought to you by Teespring. Teespring, the store that we forgot existed. On it, you will find a wide assortment of merch.
Teespring.com/stores/BadAudiobooks.
On it, you will find all of Kent's wonderful designs for the show
I
and
drew
the
a lot.
artwork. Yeah, Kent has put in a bunch of work into this shop, so
And I
let it be known.
promptly forgot all about it. Thank you, COVID. Thanks,
Yeah,
COVID.
life found a way to make us forget about this shop. So if
I
you go
drew
on
so
there,
much
you can
stuff.
find T-shirts, yoga pants, phone covers, the
Oh, oh,
gamut.
oh! I did a drawing of one of the last episodes. It's up there now. It's live.
Oh yeah, it's the scream line, I believe, where he yelled, but he didn't like what came out or something. It's a really
To my confusion, the scream, the yell was not something. You
not
know,
to be desired or something.
yeah, something like that. You could tell I spent a lot of time looking at that sentence. I memorized it, and yeah, it's real good. But
Shakespearean actors question how you even are so good at your job.
I am so method that my character forgot the lines. I know them, but my character forgot them.
So if you guys go to teespring.com/stores/bad audiobooks, you will find our shop full of all of Kent's goodies and
Yeah,
purchases
you
there.
can get them
Support the show.
printed on a T-shirt, um a mug, a sticker. What else, Nick? What other items?
A doily, hot air balloon, curtains for your shower,
Yeah, if you go to our
rugs.
Teespring, you can buy a hot air balloon, obviously.
Yes. And then you can challenge us to a race around the world and we'll accept.
Yeah, and we'll race you to the end of this commercial, and we'll see who gets there first. Who knows?
I think I'm going to
But
win, Kent. I'm ahead.
no. But yeah, there's some cool stuff on there. I've already gotten a few of the T-shirts, and if you are one of the rare tall people like me, oh my God, they do have tall shirts on there. I specifically put it on there, and it's an option, and they fit amazing. I have
Don't
never
worry,
looked
Kent's
better.
got you covered, tall people.
Yes, the all three of you. It's check it out. 2x tall, baby. I finally know my size, and it only took my whole life. But you know, it's really cool stuff. I really like the way it's done, and we do ship to Europe, I think, for most of the products. And yeah, you should check that out. Yeah,
And if you guys
a lot
get
of cool art.
And if you guys do wind up picking up some, be sure to tag us on Instagram if you have
Oh, we'd
social
love that.
media.
We'd love to see what your
Yeah, I would love to see how you guys like it and stuff. So please, we would love to see whatever you guys do. So be sure to tag at BadAudiobooks on Instagram, and yeah, like frankly, without you guys' support, we wouldn't have the show keep going. So thank you very much again for supporting us. And now that we have merch, hopefully you dig what's there.
Yeah, and there's some Halloweeny themes from themed merch on there as well from the HP Lovecraft stuff we did a couple seasons ago. So yeah, lots of good stuff. And thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for supporting us. We love it. We appreciate it. You are the fuel that keeps the creative fire going on our side. So yeah, thank you.
So remember, teespring.com/stores/bad audiobooks.
I kind of forgot my spot here.
Now, Mr. Earnshaw.
Now, Mr. Earnshaw did not understand jokes from his children because he had no
My
soul.
sense of humor is in the fire. I burned it to keep me warm.
Daddy, why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know. Stop asking me confusing questions.
Why would you let a chicken be free when you could eat it? Why did you let it run? Kill it now.
Swing it by its head till it pops off.
You gotta get in the capitalism game. We're gonna make some money. Jesus. He had always been strict and grave with them. And Catherine, on her part, had no idea why her father should be crosser and less patient in his ailing condition than he was in his prime. Why would he be a dick when he's dying, she wondered. Why? No one's ever been nicer than when they're on their deathbed.
I just live in this corner. I never leave it. There's a chamber pot that needs to be taken away. It hasn't been changed in years.
I really don't want to do that, Father.
Change it. Change my chamber pot. Change my chamber pot.
Why did the depressed little girl get the chamber pot?
Because Daddy has the runs.
No. His peevish reproofs wakened her a naughty delight to provoke him. I guess, okay. She was never so happy as when we were all scolding her at once, roasting her, if you will, on Comedy Central. And she was defying us with her bold, saucy look.
Welcome, everyone, to the host of Catherine Henshaw.
Earnshaw. Nobody throws away a chamber pot like her, am I right? It's appropriate because she smells like shit. Woo!
Get roasted!
You've been roasted. You done roasted. I'm a good narrator. Turning Joseph's religious curses into ridicule, beating me, and doing just what her father hated most, showing how her pretended insolence, which he thought real and totally committed, had more power over Heathcliff than his kindness. The sentence is still going. How the boy would do her bidding in anything, and his only, when it suited his own inclination. Period.
So it's like he's just Stockholm syndrome so hard that he's just willing to do whatever anybody tells him to do in a position of power that he gives in his mind palace.
And if you were wondering at what point will there be romance in this romance book, you're going to have to stay tuned to probably the next episode, or the one after that, or the one after that, or probably not this whole season, because
the romance is coming. It's just not going to come in a form that you recognize.
Just because I'm giving it to you doesn't mean you want it, okay? Woo!
Get ready. It's coming.
Here we go. The romance, it's coming. Here we go. After behaving as badly as possible all day, she sometimes came fondling to make it up at night. I didn't write this. Emily did. It ain't me. It's not me. I didn't write this.
Hang on. Nay, Catherine. Nay, Kathy.
Gross, the old man would say.
I cannot love thee. Thou'rt worse than thy brother. Go say thy prayers, child, and ask God's pardon. I doubt thy mother and I must rue that we ever reared thee. Wow.
So, Nicholas, as a father soon to be of two, which child do you like better? Am I right? Which?
Oh yes, that's always a thing that parents have. Yes.
Yeah. Obviously.
You totally take sides, and you boost the one up to the other, and that's just how it is.
So the second one's not even fully cooked yet, but let's play them against each other.
Yes, exactly. Which
Let's
one
play
of you can say
favorites.
that you love me?
Prove to me which one loves me more, please. That made her cry at first, only a little bit, and then she, being repulsed, continually hardened her, and she laughed, kind of going crazy. If I told her to say she was sorry for her faults and begged to be forgiven, she's kind of cool. She's kind of badass. I'm
No,
Catherine's.
I'm totally on board with Catherine. Like this household is all jacked up, and she
I
went from a
think we
child
found
of
our hero
privilege.
of the story. It's Catherine.
Yeah, yeah. If I remember correctly, Catherine is kind of a hero of this story.
She doesn't take shit. She gives her father shit, and he's a douchebag, and she doesn't let up.
He only
Yeah,
turned into a douchebag because he's so confined to that corner. He just can't escape it. He's escaped. He's stuck in its two walls.
no, I think I'm definitely I'm Team Catherine here. But the hour came at last that ended Mr. Earnshaw's troubles on earth. The pillow over his face was a feathered one, recently just fluffed to perfection, and those medical nurse folded corners on his bedsheet, woo, they looked good. Just just really tight. Just the picturesque when his lungs took their last empty breath of air and he shuddered like the corpse that he was, a walking corpse, into that good night. He died quietly in his chair one October evening. Oh, it's October for realsies. Yes, just seated by the fireside.
The
How did
ghost
that
of
sound when he
Earnshaw
died?
will haunt us all.
Ah, there you go. A high wind blustered round the house and roared in the chimney. It sounded wild and stormy, yet it was not cold, and we were all together, I, a little removed from the hearth, busy with my knitting, and Joseph reading his Bible near the table. For the servants,
It's really the only book worth reading.
We should print this 1,000 times over, and
It
we
should be
should
the
give
most
one to
popular
everybody.
book ever read.
We should make variants. I'm going to interpret it differently than you. I'm going to change the wording in the 40s so that homosexuals can be against it, even though they weren't originally in there. Am I right? Well, not ready for that yet, are you? Whoops. For the servants generally sat around the house, and then, after their work was done,
Yeah.
Joseph, give us a little more of that good book.
It's talking about mixed materials. I don't believe we should have them. I have made my suit that had a mixture of polyester and cotton into just cotton.
I
I
nominate
no longer eat bacon.
I nominate Joseph for the new head of house. And before he gets elected, we're gonna anoint him with oils, as says the good book. It's in a private ritual. Please bring forth the oils. Bring forth the whale oils. Miss Kathy had been sick and made her still. She leant against her father's knee. Again, he's a corpse. And Heathcliff was lying on the floor with his head in her lap. They're all
This is a
daisy
very
chained
odd
together.
scene. Just a very odd scene. People
All
grieved
human
differently back
caterpillar
then.
together. A grieving human caterpillar. I remember the master before he fell into a doze, stroking her bony hair. Body hair, whatever, same thing. It pleased him rarely to see her gentle. Be a woman, and don't talk, he said. Why canst thou not always be a good lass, Kathy? It really did say that. Yeah, basically said that. And she turned her face up to his.
And that
laughter.
was my line, but okay, cool. You could read it.
What's? Yeah, sorry. I'm. I'm bulldozing right over you.
It's
you're
cool.
dead. You're
I'm
dead
used
as
to
her
it.
jaw, baby. It's my show now.
I was about to say, it just turned to the whatever her name is, the show.
The busty. Was
The
it
busty maid and
the
her
lusty?
sewing.
Is it busty or lusty? I can't remember.
Lusty? I don't know. They're both the same thing, I guess.
They're both terrible. I'm the lusty narrator. Ooh, sorry, I just can't get enough of this book. I gotta keep reading.
Anyway.
She turned her face up to his, laughed, and answered.
Oh, now I get to be this cool. I'm Kath. Okay. Cool.
Why cannot you always be a good
You son of a bitch!
All right, you go, please.
No, keep going. I'm gonna sit back. You handle everything, sir. You're the master of words, clearly. I am but merely a jester, sitting here making bad jokes and putting to the stocks. Keep reading.
No, please, after you.
No, I'm waiting. We're at but as soon. Continue, please. I'm dying to know what happens next.
Why cannot you... what's her voice? Why cannot you always be a good co-host, Nicholas?
Fuck you.
But as soon as she vexed him again, she kissed his hand and said she would sing him to sleep.
I don't want my last thoughts on earth to be filled with your terrible singing. No!
This pillow will bring you to sleep. It's night to
Why
the
is there
darkness
a
with
prop?
you. Oh, the long sleep, you ugly fucker. Please leave. Die. She began singing very low till his fingers dropped from hers, and his head sank on his breast. He milked himself to death.
It's Westworld.
We're going to find the next layer of the game. Then I told her to hush and not stir. Shh. For fear she would wake him.
You're so loud and annoying, you may actually wake your father who just died.
Don't wake him. No, please. I really need him to die. I really need this. I'm done. Please don't keep him alive. Don't resurrect him. I got it. I'm just this fucker needs to go. We voted him off. We all agreed we would poison him. Now we gotta follow through. We all kept as mute as mice for a full half hour, and should have done so longer. Only Joseph, having finished this chapter.
I'm so happy to finish what I just read. Why is everyone so sad?
Got up and said that he must rouse the master for prayers and bed. Holy fuck. Is he there when he died and didn't notice?
I am completely disconnected from reality.
But I'm also reading this book. Those two aren't related directly.
No.
He stepped forward and called him by name. He called him by name.
But there's no line.
I don't care. I'm bored. I want to add one. I'm tired of talking so much.
Well, you took it on by merely just saying, I'm just going to keep
reading. Touch his shoulder, fine. I am Joseph. You should praise God. Let's do some more hymns. You know what I mean? Oh, wow. Matthew 42-69 is the best. 420. That was kind of a joke, but it followed through really well. But touched his shoulder, but he would not move. So he took the candle and looked at him. He thought there was something wrong as he set down the light and seized the children each by the arm and whispered to them,
Frame upstairs and make a little din. They might pray alone that evening. He had somewhat to do.
Oh shit. It's starting to creep in.
Yeah. Now his jargon is starting to come.
He's evolving into his final form. I shall bid Father good night first. Hey, Dad. I just wanted to get a quick one-on-one. You're a big piece of shit, and you could never take a joke. And
I
you
hated
ruined
you
this family.
too, Catherine.
I only wanted to fuck my adopted brother, and you really weren't that cool about it, and I didn't appreciate it at all.
I still think it's weird.
Why? You're talking.
You should be doing that with your brother.
Take the pillow. Take the pillow. Shh.
I'm
Eat the pillow.
alive.
You're hungry. Eat it. Eat the pillow. Said Catherine, putting her arms around his neck and closing his windpipe before we could hinder her. No, stop, Catherine. Don't do it. Catherine, wait. My turn. The poor thing discovered her loss directly. She screamed out, "Oh, he's dead, Heathcliff, he's dead, thank God." And they both set up a heartbreaking cry. Ah! Ah! I joined my wail to theirs, binding them together into one single note. We became a chorus of misery, wailing into the darkness, finding his spirit, and pushing him along the river Styx to its final resting place into the hell.
I really wish this was in this book, but it isn't. That was a beautiful line.
Loud and bitter. But Joseph asked what we could be thinking of roaring, and that if we wanted to, read that book of his that he was so fond of. Did you go?
Have you heard that? Do you have time to talk about our Lord Jesus Christ?
Have you met our Lord and Savior? Oh, are you good?
Oh, I see. I see that you. Well, I'm a little late to the meeting. I didn't realize that this was happening today. Well, this is awkward.
Well, since you're all here, it looks like it's a good time to tell you about old JC. Oh man, what a guy!
What a guy!
What a guy!
Anyway,
but Joseph, what we could be thinking of to roar in that way over a saint in heaven. He's in such a better place. Joseph would say, "Oh, he's doing real good. He gets to meet Jesus."
That isn't how I sound.
Oh, he gets to meet Jesus now. So now he's gonna be real. I'm jealous, honestly, of Earnshaw. Wow.
Oh
man, if only I could die.
Sad state of affairs.
Oh, if only I could die and go meet Jesus.
If only God didn't smite me and make me a walker of this plane of existence forever and ever along the moors.
I wish God would kill me in front of my children. Oh man, I'm so jealous. He told me to put my cloak and run to Gimmerton for the doctor and the parson. He might still be alive. We might be able to fix this. Get him to the ER.
If we let out more of his blood, clearly that will help.
Get the leeches. We're gonna save this man. It's not over yet. I'm not giving up on him.
You're not taking this one.
He hasn't finished reading. I could not guess the use that either would be of then, but I'm only a woman, so who was listening to me? So, however, I went through wind and rain and brought one, just to make the guy feel better, who's not the master of the house, about his feelings. I just want to be very clear. I did it anyway, even though it was dumb. I'm wasting my time, the doctor's time, the children's time, and I'm just gonna really draw this painful scene out and just make it give the children a spark of hope.
I'm making pennies. More words. More words.
There's spark of hope. We're gonna rekindle it so we can watch it be snuffed out again. Once wasn't enough. That's what Joseph and I say. But yeah, I brought the doctor back with me, and others said he would come in the morning. Fuck. Get more people. We need more. Day 2.
Mm-hmm. Day 2 of the death. We're still trying to revive him. There's still a chance.
I'm dead. Day 2. Leaving Joseph to explain matters because he's in charge. Because he had a penis.
When the body stops breathing, it is a matter of a cocoon. It starts to build around itself. And as it goes into the cocoon, it'll eventually emerge months later as, well, itself.
As the skin hardens as a chrysalis around the end oozes to the outside of the body, the new Earnshaw writhers with inside, ready to be reborn into the arms of Jesus Christ, y'all. You know what I mean? That's what Joseph would always say. I ran
That isn't what I said, though. Well, it's being misquoted heavily.
I'm always misquoted. I only say the right thing because I have a penis. So just listen to me.
I feel like this is a gross misrepresentation.
Look at me. I'm the pastor now. I say what God says. That's just right. Listen to me. Okay. I ran to the door. It was ajar for the children. I saw. Whoa, they had never lain down. Oh boy. Though
Standing
it
through
was
midnight. That's kind of freaking creepy. We're
though it
just
was
gonna
past
stand here looking
midnight,
out the window.
but they were calmer and did not need me to console them because now their demon was dead
I was about to
and was
say.
haunting them. The piece of shit who was ruining their life was gone. So I mean, I got it. I could feel it. I feel like
I
my
sense the
life
sense
was
of
getting better.
relief in the room.
Whew, the tension, instant relief. You could just feel it. And the little souls were comforting each other with better thoughts than I could have hit on. No parson. Because you know parsons. Wow, man. Everybody knows a good parson. It's a good industry. It's
If you
booming.
if you watch Paint Your Wagon, a parson is like a person of faith. Like it's almost like a pastor
I
rather
don't
than a father.
watch Paint My Wagon. I live Paint My Wagon. I paint my wagon every day.
Paint Your Wagon. You live by it. Wow. Okay. Well, it's a great soundtrack.
Absolutely.
Movie's
I
fun. Killed the Western for a good solid few decades in Hollywood, but cool. Also, Lee Marvin sings, which I enjoy.
oh, I thought it was a documentary. It was a
No.
mockumentary that came out recently. Okay.
No.
Well, I'll check it out then. It sounds real good. I'll time travel to the future and watch it. Okay. Those little souls were
I stock in
comforting.
Apple.
My stock in Hernshaw. It's rising right now. It's a big boom. The little souls were comforting each other with better thoughts than I could have hit on. No parson on the world ever pictured heaven so beautifully as they did. Because now Earnshaw wasn't going to be in it. He was dead and he was in hell. So they were much better.
My God, it's so much more comfortable here than by the fucking chimney.
Oh, brother, now that father is dead, we can be lovers.
My God.
This is a great moral to this story.
Two genetically different people by every stretch of the imagination will want to be together.
Yep. Anyway, where was I? This is in their innocent talk, and while I sobbed and listened in the hallway, inappropriately eavesdropping, I could not help wishing we were all there safe together in heaven. So that's when I grabbed the cyanide. The end.
We're gonna be together forever.
Let's all go
Well,
to
that's the end
heaven
of chapter.
together.
That was
Sing
a
it,
short
Joseph.
chapter.
It was a short chapter. We made it through in a timely
It was a
manner
short chapter.
and had a good time. That was
Yeah, like
arguably
that.
about the good time, but yeah, no, I had a blast. This is actually an enjoyable book. I'm shocked.
I'm shocked that I'm actually enjoying this in its own in its right.
I don't feel tortured, but I'm having a good time. It's a rarity. I feel like these are kind of the odds we have to play with on this show, unfortunately.
Yeah, we it's like we get when getting moments of goodness, and then
When you jump in face first, sometimes you crash onto the cement and you crack your face open and blood goes everywhere and it ends a little bit quicker. But sometimes you land on your feet, and then
yep,
and
it's true.
and then your femur goes through your knees. And no, okay.
Yeah,
So
you
Nick,
lost me.
whoa, oh, sorry, you are you there? Are you there? Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Okay, no, I'm kidding. So you might be wondering, how can I support this show? You just hit like and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on. Are you listening to this podcast through a gelatinous medium?
I
That
mean,
is
that's my preferred medium is gelatinous.
the cocoon of Earnshaw's body. Well, then hit like and subscribe on
It's so
his
tight in here.
pustules, nodules floating there that's connecting him to the ceiling. Hit like and subscribe so you can get more pustules and pods in your life.
And do you really like being in Earnshaw's cocoon, i.e., our show? If that's the case, you should also leave us a review. And that can be written, and if it's written, so long as it's not hate speech, we'll read it on the air. And we don't care what you write, so long as it's not hate speech.
Yeah, just go on over to Apple Podcast Cocoons and you write us a review, and we'll read that shit. Thanks.
Thank you.
And we'll read the good ones. We'll read the bad ones. We don't care. All Hernshaws are the shame here. Yep, I said that. You can also support the show a different way. Nick, tell them about our Patreon.
If you go over to patreon.com/BadAudiobooks, you too can help support the show financially. On that place, you'll find our side show Between the Stacks, as well as other surveys and questions, and maybe some fun banter that may be occurring between ourselves and our patrons. We are going to be picking up the pace on that front, and at this point, it is a good spot to be. And if you wish to throw us some monetary funds in order to support the show, we would greatly appreciate it.
Commerce, capitalism.
Commerce! The two corners of this house. It's kind of more of a wall, but whatever.
If you want to join the wall that is our Patreon, just insert your face into the wall of the damned, and
It's so cool,
money here. That I think that's you got the show has an Instagram.
yeah. That's like wall of the damned. Yeah, the show's on Instagram. It's at BadAudiobooks. You'll find a video of me telling you when the thing is live and some other stuff we posted there. And man, we need to get better at social media. Kent, you have a
Nope,
social
I
media
love
account?
us. We're the perfect at it. I do have one. It's at Kent Heidelman. I put out some art and comic stuff. Nick, you have some Instagram and Twitter shit.
Yes, I do, and I'm yawning now because reasons. No,
At
not
Real
now.
Human Maz for his Instagram.
Thank you,
And
and at Mazmanian Nick for Twitter.
awesome. All right. Well, I had a great time. Why don't you release me?
We're gonna
Release my
release
soul.
ourselves, and if you stick around after the music, you can participate.
There might be something waiting for you. That's a surprise.
a little something, something. Welcome to the
after
hours. The after hours show of Adapt This, where we take what we just read and adapt it into some horrific thing, because that's what happens. That's the fate of all books, all of them.
It's the fate of all Adapt This is it's always good. Nick, do you have something you want to pitch? You got anything? I'm working on one.
I'm thinking, I may actually wind up editing this because I need a second.
No, I got one.
Okay.
All right, so listen, mortuaries and funeral homes. What have they been missing all this time?
I don't know.
Well, obviously, it's licensing and theming, and that's what we need. So we need to theme. I've got a whole new business plan here for you for how to turn your mortuary/funeral home into the new money making scheme thing. It's called
what I'm dying.
Weathering Mortuary Heights.
Weathering
this funeral height. We do our
Funeral Heights.
Funeral Heights. That's what we got.
See, I'm already into your ideas so much. I gave you a title.
Our signature move is to put the bodies vertically, and the coffins. That's how we get the height part of Funeral Heights. And it's not based on the book. I don't know why you'd think that.
I mean, we used to display bodies like that in the 1800s. So sure, that sounds.
This is a funeral home for tall people. It is not. We often get mixed up with the book, Wuthering Heights. This has nothing to do with that. It's for tall people.
So, so what's the licensing that we're licensing then?
Shaq is gonna be Shaquille O'Neal is gonna be giving us his likeliness that we're gonna be putting on all the coffins.
So is the building the face of Shaquille O'Neal? What, do you walk into his mouth?
All of our coffins are 7'4".
I mean, he's a suave businessman. I mean, I think you can get him on board.
We've got our custom. We've got wooden ones, but our most popular model is the steel Shaq one from the hit 1990s movie Steel, starring Shaquille O'Neal, where he played a superhero based on Superman.
Okay.
Our stainless steel model. That's the only awkward one because when you have a Shaq attack, we're just setting
I have to stop you right here. I'm confused as to how this even relates to anything that has happened.
Well, originally we were going with Wuthering Heights, but you got to know when to pivot. I'm a shrewd businessman.
I'm done. I can't
So
do
that's,
that.
I mean, obviously hand over fist money for Funeral Heights. Are you in
Uh,
or out?
I I mean, I'm in. I'm in. It's why wouldn't I want a 7, 8 foot, 10 foot high face of Shaquille O'Neal to walk into to bury my Meemaw?
Perfect. My lawyers will send you the contracts.
Great. I'll contact Shaquille.
Oh yeah, him too. He should be involved. Uh,
All right. Bye.